Hello guys! Today, we will be discussing eccentrically loaded columns under principles of reinforced concrete design. Columns in a building frame are subjected to combined axial loads and bending moments. These forces developed due to external loads such as reactions of beams subjected to dead load, live loads, and lateral loads caused by wind loads or earthquake forces. The ratio of the moments to the axial load is termed as eccentricity, which represents the distance from the plastic centroid of the section to the point of application of the load. So, just a recall, if we want to determine the plastic centroid of a column, that is the combination of the effect of the concrete and the steel from our columns. So these are the failures which occurs due to crushing of concrete and the yielding of steel bars. First, pure flexure. For our pure flexure, the section is in this case is just subjected to a bending moment or MU where the axial load PU is equivalent to 0. Second, compression controls. This occurs when there is a large axial load acting at a small eccentricity. Failure occurs by crushing of the concrete on the compression side with a strain 0.003, whereas the yield strain on the steel on the tension side is less than the yield strain, that is ES less than EY, or the strain from the tension side is less than the yield strain of the steel. So therefore, Fs is not equivalent to Fy. Third, tension controls. This occurs when the axial load is small and the eccentricity is large, causing the tension steel bars to yield before actual crushing of concrete. At the point of failure, the strain in the tension side, that is ES, is greater than EY na. So therefore, or whereas the strain in concrete reaches 0.003. So therefore, if ES is greater than EY, so we are going to use, instead of using Fs, we're going to use Fy for the value of Fs this time. So if we are in compression controls, so kung yung ES is less than EY, we're just going to use the value of Fs. So ibig sabihin, hindi pa nag-yield yung ating tension side or yung bakal natin sa tension side, or that is just compression controls. Kapag tension controls naman, nag-yield na yung ating bakal doon sa tension side, then therefore, instead of using Fs, we're going to use Fy. And next, we also have balance condition. For our balance condition, a balance condition is reached when the compression strain in the concrete reaches 0.003, the strain in the tensile reinforcement reaches the yield strain simultaneously. So there's a word here, simultaneously. Ibig sabihin, sabay na na-reach ng concrete yung kanyang maximum strain, which is 0.003, as well as the yield strain for the steel. Failure of concrete occurs at the same time as the steel yields, then the moment that accompanies this load is called the balanced moment. And the balanced moment will be equivalent now to the balanced load multiplied by the eccentricity, where the balanced load, or PB, is called the balanced load and EB is the balanced eccentricity. And if Pn is the nominal axial load and PB is the axial load corresponding to the balance condition, then we can conclude these scenarios. So if our eccentricity is greater than the balance eccentricity, or dito tayo sa ating load magbase, if the nominal load is less than the balance load, so that is tension failure. If the nominal load is just equivalent to the balance load, So that is for balance failure, and if the nominal load is greater than the balance load, that is compression failure. Okay? So this strain distribution stresses and internal forces for a balanced condition of eccentrically loaded columns ay mapapag-aralan natin. So, if we are going to understand this situation, just like in our doubly reinforced beams, we were just going to treat this as a beam. So, ganun pa rin. If this is our tension side of our column, so let's say, ito yung ating stress distribution or stress diagram. So, this is for the tension steel, and this one is for the compression steel. Pangalanan natin yon as C2. Then, of course, this one is for the concrete in the compression side. Pangalanan natin yon as C1. And it has stress of 0.85 F prime C. So, for our strain diagram, ito na yon. This one is the maximum strain for concrete, and this one is the yielding strain for steel. So, for balance condition, we're just going to use this, or gamitin lang natin yung ating ratio and proportion from our strain diagram. So, for balance condition, ito siya. Okay, so let's say, ito yung ating neutral axis. And this is our C balance. We're just going to use this triangle, or just follow yung ating ratio and proportion. So, we can get the value of our C balance. Pero kung matatandaan ninyo, same lang yung formula na to from our C balance nung nandun pa tayo sa ating singly reinforced beams. Ganun pa rin yung ating A balance is, that is 0.85 C balance, or beta sub 1 C. Next, yung C2 naman natin. So, that is coming from our steel from compression side. So, to get the force from our steel, that is just AS F prime S. Okay? So, ito yon. And for our concrete from compression side, that is just 0.85 F prime C, then multiplied by the area of that concrete. Of course, ganun pa rin yung ating tension side. So, para malaman natin kung gagamitin ba natin yung F prime S or Fy, so kailangan nating malaman if Fs or F prime S is greater than Fy. And if F prime S is greater than Fy, so let's just use Fs or F prime S equivalent to Fy. Okay? So, ganito lang din yon. Galing lang din naman ito, or parang doon lang din sa ating singly reinforced beams. But take note, if we have these forces, ito na ngayon yung ating balance load, and laging nag-aakyan doon sa ating mula doon sa ating plastic centroid, yung ating balance load. So, kung mapapansin niyo yung ating column, they are symmetrical lang din naman, symmetrically placed lang din yung ating mga bakal. So, therefore, the geometric centroid and the plastic centroid ay nag-coincide. So, therefore, ito na yung ating plastic centroid, and from that, dyan magme-measure ng ating eccentricity. Okay? So, and if F prime S is equal to Fy, so meron tayong ilan? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 forces. Ito, parehas sila ng direction. Yung C1 at C2 parehas sila. So we can say that T plus balance load is just equivalent to C1 plus C2. So if we are going to substitute the value of our T, which is ASFY, and yung P balance, as well as yung C2 coming from the steel in the compression side, and the concrete from the compression side. So, kung mapapansin nyo, kung same lang yung number of bakal dito at dito, diba, same lang din ito, same lang na rin ito. Pero, kung ito ay Fy, and if F prime S is greater than Fy, then we will be using Fy. So, Fy na rin to. Kung mapapansin nyo, makakancel na tong parehas na to. Ito na siya. So, ang natira na lang sa ating equation ay ito na lang. Okay? So, therefore, our balance load ay ito na. So, to further understand our topic, so let's try to understand this problem number 1. This problem number 1 is similar to CE Board November 2010 and May 2022. A tied column 450 mm square is reinforced with 8 pieces of 28 mm diameter bar, equally distributed on its sides. The unsupported length of column is 2.6 meters and is prevented to sidesway due to shear walls. K is equivalent to 1.0. The slenderness ratio, F prime C, 20.7 megapascal, and Fy 415 megapascal. Use 40 millimeters covering measured from the center of reinforcement with tie diameter is 12 millimeters. Modulus of elasticity of steel equivalent to 200 gigapascal. Neglect the concrete area displaced by the compression steel bars. For our letter A, determine the nominal load that the column could carry. Letter B, determine the balance load using concrete strain, value of 0.003, and yield strain of steel Fy is equivalent or Fy over ES. And C, determine the balance moment. Okay, dahil sabi dito, neglect the concrete area displaced by the compression steel bars. So, doon sa ating compression steel, instead of using F prime S minus 0.85 F prime C, hindi na natin ito i-consider. So F prime S lang ang gagamitin natin. Okay? Pero kung hindi sinabi dito, walang sinabi na anuman, always neglect. Okay, let's solve for letter A. Letter A is just the nominal load that the column could carry. So for our solution, for our letter A, that is just our nominal load. So yun lang yung ating PN. Okay? So kung mapapansin nyo naman, our column is just a tied column. So therefore, yung alpha natin is just equivalent to 0.8. That is for tied column. So nominal load is equivalent to, that is just alpha P. So let's substitute na. Or pakita ko na lang yung formula para ma-recall pa rin natin. 0.85 F prime C gross multiplied by minus AS plus coming from the steel ASFY. Okay, so let's substitute to solve for the nominal load. So for our nominal load, that is 0.8 0.85 F prime C natin, we have 20.7 yung cross-sectional area natin. So, we have a total of 450 by 450. So, that is just a square. 450 squared minus yung sa ating steel bars. We have a total of 8 pieces of 28 mm bar. Then, for our steel bars. So, ganun din, 8 pi over 4. 28 squared. Fy natin, we have 415. So, our nominal load will now be equivalent to, then divide this by 1,000 na to make that in kilonewtons. So, 4,416.4891 kilonewtons. This is for our letter A. Next, for letter B, let's solve for balance load. Or yung PB. Okay? But let's try to understand first yung ating column. Una, so let's say nandito yung ating neutral axis. Nung na-break na yung ating bakal at ang natira na lang or yung concrete doon sa ating tension side at ang natira na lang ay nandito. Let's say for example, yung neutral axis natin ay nandito and that is from yan manggagaling yung ating C balance. So mula dito, dahil balance condition lang tayo, this is our C balance. Let's just assume that yung A balance natin ay hanggang dito lang. Dito. So, itong lahat ng to ay for concrete. Yan. But take note, kailangan nating malocate kung asan yung C balance para malaman natin if yung bakal natin dito sa gitna is compression side ba siya, nasa compression side ba siya, or nasa tension side. So this just an assumption. So patunayan muna natin, isolve natin yung C balance para malaman natin kung yung bakal ba natin dito sa gitna ay compression. Of course, yung bakal natin ditong part na to is compression side na yan. Pero what if nga itong bakal na to or yung neutral axis natin ay nandito. So, therefore, this two steel ay magiging tension kung ganun man. Pero kailangan muna nating masolve si C balance para malaman natin kung yung dalawang bakal ba natin ay tension or compression. Okay, so ganito yon. Okay, so dito muna tayo. Ayan. So una, yung bakal natin sa tension side. Ito na yung ating T. Next, of course, sabi natin kanina, ito yung ating plastic centroid, and from that, dyan manggagaling yung ating raw balance, load balance. So, nandito siya. Let's say, andito yung ating balance load. Ito na yung ating balance eccentricity. Again, this is our plastic centroid, no? Always from our plastic centroid. Next, yung bakal na to, pangalanan ko to as C prime S 1. Or dito na lang. Tapos yung bakal dito, saglit lang. I-solve muna natin siguro si C balance para malaman natin kung compression ba yan or tension. Okay. So, yung concrete muna tayo. So, sa gitna nito, pangalan ko to as CC. So, i-solve nga muna natin si C balance para malaman natin kung asaan si C balance. So, pwedeng gamitin natin yung formula for C balance. Pero kung makalimutan nyo yun, okay lang din. Nanggaling lang din naman yan sa Fs 600 D minus C over C. Sabi natin, for balance condition, Fs is just equivalent to Fy. So, ano nga ba yung Fy natin? 415. So, to get balance condition, i-equate lang natin to sa value ng Fy. So, that is just 415, 600. So, by the way, what is our effective depth muna? So, yung effective depth natin, of course, from dito, mula dito. So, this is our effective depth. What's the value of our effective depth? So, if this is 450, minus ko na lang yung 40. So, natira na lang ay 410. Take note, yung ating concrete covering mula sa ating steel, centroid ng steel bars. Pero, kung ang binigay ay hanggang dito lang, then kung given naman yung diameter ng ating ties, so, kailangan nyo munang isolve yung distance mula dito hanggang dito. Pero dahil nagkataon na yung given naman na ay mula dito hanggang dito sa gitna ng ating steel bars, so let's just deduct that 40 to get the value of our effective depth. So that is 410 minus, so dahil inequate na natin yung Fs sa Fy, so therefore this is now our C balance. So the value now of our C balance will now be equivalent to 242.3645 millimeters. And to solve for A balance, that is just A balance is equivalent to ito sa buwan C. So, dahil yung Fy natin ay less than 28 megapascal, so 0.85 lang to. So, this is equivalent to 206.099. millimeters. Okay, so meron na tayong C balance. So therefore, if our C balance is 242, kung yung half ng ating column, kung mula dito hanggang dito, that is half ng 450 or 225. So tama yung assumption natin na somewhere nandito yung C balance. So therefore, we can say now that the two steel na nasa gitna is nandun pa rin siya sa compression side. Okay? So, ito na siya. Pangalanan ko to ngayon as C prime S2. Okay? So, ilagay natin yung mga distances. Kung yung C prime S1 ay nandito, so yung distance niyan is just 40 mm. Ito naman, yung CC, that is just half ng A balance. Yung C prime S2 naman, half ng 450. Or that is just 225 mm. Okay? So let's solve now for the value of our P balance. Okay, so we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 loads or 5 forces. So, summation forces equal to 0. Solve for balance load. So, that is just una T plus balance load is just equal to C prime S1, C prime S2 plus CC. No? But take note, for balance condition, we can say that yung AS FY dito ay parehas lang na magiging AS FY sa C prime S1. So, makakancel lang ito. So, ang natira na lang, yung load balance natin is C prime S2 plus CC. But this time, ano ang gagamitin nating FS dito sa ating or F prime S dito sa ating C prime S2? Kung FY ba na 415 or kailangan nating malaman kung ano yung gagamitin nating F prime S or FS. Kasi automatic for load balance, yung F prime S natin dito ay FY na yon. Kaso nga lang, yung nandito, sigurado ba tayo na mag-yield yung ating bakal dito? Hindi pa. So, dapat mapatunayan natin that yung FS dito should be greater than FY para magamit natin na 415 or equivalent of 415. However, kapag hindi siya nag-yield, so gagamitin natin mismo yung nandyan. Okay? So, galing lang din naman yon sa ating strain diagram. So, let's draw yung ating strain diagram. Check if C prime S2 will yield. So, ito yung ating EY. For balance condition, this will be our EY. And simultaneously, na-reach din yung maximum for concrete. So, sa gitna, nandito si E prime S2. Ayan. So, supposed to be, meron pa tayong E prime S1 dito, pero alam naman na natin, or na-cancel lang din naman. No? Ito yon. Ito ay dito. Yung ating concrete, na-reach niya yung 0.003. Yung ating bakal na isa, at ito yung nasa gitnang bakal. Okay? So, ilagay ko lang yung distances. Mula dito hanggang dito, it's just half of 450. Or that is 225 mm. And mula dito, ito yung ating C-balance. At yung C-balance natin ay 242.3645 mm. So, kung yun ay 242 at ito ay 225, so ilan na lang natira dito? Dito. So, 242 minus 225, that is just 17.3645. So, ito na yung ating strain diagram. So, to solve for our E prime S2, so mag-ratio and proportion na lang tayo. By ratio and proportion, so i-ratio ko na lang tong maliit na triangle na to sa triangle na to. Okay? Itong maliit na triangle na to dito sa triangle na to. So first, E prime S2 over 17.3645 is equal to 0.003 over 242.3645. Okay. So, cross multiply. Ito, kapag nilagay natin dyan, this will give us a value for E prime S2, which is equivalent to 2.1494 times 10 raised to negative 4. And dahil strain yan, sabi natin, strain is always equal to Fs over Fy. I mean Es, I should say. So, yan na yun. Pero dahil F prime or yung bakal sa gitna, pinag-uusapan natin, pangalanan ko to as F prime S2. Of course, ito pa rin yung modulus of elasticity of steel. So, that's still 200,000 megapascal. So, let's cross multiply. Ang matitira na lang ay F prime S2. So, therefore, the value of F prime S2 will now be equivalent to lagay ko na lang dito 2.1494 times 10 raised to negative 4. Substitute ko na yung value ng ES, which is 200,000 megapascal. So, this is now equivalent to F prime S2 will be equivalent now to 42.988. So, malalaman ba natin kung nag-yield yung bakal doon sa gitna? Yes. So, we can say that yung bakal sa gitna ay hindi niya na-reach yung Fy. So, therefore, hindi siya nag-yield. Or that is just less than Fy. So, therefore, we're going to use F prime S2 equivalent to 42.988 megapascal. Okay? So, meron na tayong value for F prime S2. Bakit natin sinolve to? Para malaman natin kung nag-yield ba yung bakal doon or hindi. So, kung nag-yield yun, let's say for example, mas mataas pa to sa Fy, so ang gagamitin natin ay Fy only. Pero dahil mas mababa siya kaysa sa Fy, yung value niya mismo. Okay, so let's substitute na dito. So, ang natira na lang ay PB is equal to C prime S2 plus CC. So, again, PB, load balance, C prime S2, yung bakal natin sa gitna, plus yung force natin coming from our concrete. So, let's substitute. So, we can say, ilagay ko na lang dito yung C prime S2, by the way. That is, of course, ASFS lang yun. So, A prime S2, F prime S2. So, let's substitute. Meron tayong dalawang bakal na 28 mm. Yung sa gitna. Ito yun. Dalawa na lang natira dyan. Pi over 4, 28 squared. Then, F prime S2. Yun ay 42.988 kanina. So, this is equivalent to divide by 1,000 na to make this in kilonewton. 52.9399 kilonewtons. Next, for CC, that is 0.85 F prime C A balance B. Let's substitute. 0.85 F prime C, we have 20.7. A balance, na-solve na natin kanina. 206,099. 0099. Then B, of course, 450 lang din. Ito yung B natin. So, yung CC natin will now be equivalent to 1,631.1349 kilonewtons. Okay? So, let's substitute. Lagay ko na dito siguro. So, balance load will now be equivalent to C prime S2, 52.9399 plus 1631.1349. So, this is now our balance load. So, this is equivalent to 1,684.0748 kilonewtons. This is our answer for balance load. Next, for our letter C, determine the balance moment. So, yung balance moment natin, dahil meron tayong eccentricity dito, from our plastic centroid, so meron tayong balance load. Ito na yung tinutukoy nating balance moment. So, how to solve that? That is just simply load balance multiplied by eccentricity. Pero, of course, magmo-moment din yung mga forces natin dito. So, it's either kahit saan ka mag-moment, pwedeng dito, pwedeng dito, pwedeng dyan, para makuha yung balance load or balance moment, I should say, dapat always equivalent that to load balance multiplied by eccentricity. So, laging ganito. Kung dito ka nag-moment, dapat i-factor out mo pa para makuhang maging load balance multiplied by eccentricity. So, para safe ka na, dito na lang tayo mag-moment sa ating plastic centroid. Okay? So, to solve for our balance moment, so kung mapansin ninyo, yung ikot ng ating balance load ay papunta siya dito. Or yung balance moment is just equivalent to yung ito, yung T, ang ikot niya papunta dyan. Ito rin naman, pag ganyan. Ito rin naman, pag ganyan. Kung mapapansin nyo, they will form counterclockwise moment. At siya yung, or sila yung magka-counteract doon sa ating balance moment na nagmo-moment as clockwise. Okay? So, equate na natin kaagad doon. Balance moment is just equivalent to itong mga to. Ito, iikot dito. Ito, dyan. Ito, papunta din naman dyan. Again, mag-moment tayo doon sa ating plastic centroid. Balance moment or MB. So, moment at or pwedeng nating ilagay, pakita ko na lang dito. Balance moment is ito. Moment at plastic centroid. So, equate ko na kaagad. Balance moment is equal to, una, yung T. Ano yung distance niya papunta sa plastic centroid? Yung T papunta dito. So that is just 410 minus 225. Ito na yung distance niya. So, pakita ko dito. T 410 minus 225. Next, yung CC. Yung CC, yung distance niya mula dito hanggang dito, if that is AB over 2, so this is just equivalent to 225 minus AB over 2. Ito na yon, yung distance from here to here. So plus CC 225 minus AB over 2. Then finally yung C prime S1, ang ikot niya pa rin ay counterclockwise. So ang distance naman niya from here to dito, if ito ay 225, we can say that 225 minus 40 na lang. Ito na yung natira mula dito hanggang dito. So 225 minus 40 na yun. Okay, so let's substitute for the value of T, CC, and C prime S1. So first, dito tayo kay T. Ilan yung bakal sa tension side? We have 3 pieces of 28 mm diameter bars. ASFY pa rin yan. So 3 times AS, pi over 4 times 28 squared. FY 415. Ito 410 minus 225, that is just 185. Next, CC Ang CC natin kanina, na-solve na natin. We have 1631.1349. Then 225 minus A balance. Na-solve natin din yun kanina, which is 206.0099 over 2. And next, C prime S1. Meron din tayong tatlong bakal doon. And of course, dahil ito ay balance condition, yung F prime S1 is just equivalent to Fy. So plus 3 pieces of pi over 4, 28. This is 415 din. And ano yung distance nila? 225 minus 40, that is also 185. Okay? So calculating this equation, this will give us the value for balance moment. And the balance moment will now be equivalent to 482.6366. Take note, naka-Newton millimeter to kapag kinonsider natin lahat. So, alisin na lang natin yung times 10 raised to 6. Gawin na natin kilonewton meters. This is now the answer for our balance moment. Okay? So, additional question lang. What if ang tinatanong pa rin, or additional question is the balance eccentricity or balance eccentricity? Ito na yon. So, gamitin na lang natin yan. Na-solve naman na rin natin yung balance load kanina. So, therefore, if ang tanong is balance eccentricity, so cross-multiply, we can say that balance moment is just divide by balance load. Okay, so let's substitute. $482.6366 divided by yung balance load natin kanina, 1684.0748. Take note, this is kilonewton meter and this is kilonewtons. Makakancel yung kilonewtons. Ang natira na lang ay meters. So, to convert this into millimeters, just multiply by 1,000. So, therefore, our balance eccentricity will now be equivalent to 286.5886 millimeters. This is for additional question kapag ang tinatanong is balance eccentricity. So, this is for problem number 1.